In our last episode, we discussed how AI search is moving brands from a world of search rank to recommendation readiness. We'll now focus on what brands can do about it today. So, as AI becomes a larger part of product discovery, brands need to understand not only whether they appear, but why they're included, excluded, or misrepresented across different AI-led shopping environments. I'm joined again by Saurabh, Global Product Lead for Market Intelligence at eClerx, to talk about how brands can prepare for this shift and what signals matter most. Saurabh, thanks again for joining me. In our
Thank you,
last,
Adam, for having me.
okay, let's kick this off. So, the white paper explains how digital shelf signals are becoming recommendation signals. What does that actually mean for how brands should manage their content, pricing, availability, and imagery? And is this a new set of requirements, or is it pretty much the same one raised to a higher standard?
I would say it's the same requirement raised to a higher standard, but enforced much earlier in the journey. That's the key shift. Previously, a brand could have patchy content on a product page, slightly inconsistent pricing, or thin review coverage, and that will still get them traffic for their keyword search. The conversion might suffer, but the product would at least get the visibility. Now, the AI search is less forgiving. If availability is poor, the AI wouldn't recommend a product it can't guarantee a shopper can buy. If pricing signals are inconsistent, it undermines the AI confidence. If content is generic, the AI can't match the product to the specific intent. So what used to be a conversion problem is now a visibility problem. Availability, competitive pricing, review depth, image completeness, video presence, and brand content are all now inputs to whether AI includes your product in the shortlist at all, or not just where it converts once somewhere else. Now, the practical implications from team is that you have to manage these signals as recommendations inputs. That means auditing not just is our content complete, but is our content specific enough for that AI to match to a real shopper need. And that means treating out of stock as a visibility problem, not just as a fulfillment problem.
One recommendation provided by the white paper is to replace generic content with a use case. What does strong AI-ready product content look like in practice?
Simplest way I can put it is in this form. AI ready content answers the questions a real shopper is asking, not the category a product fits into. Those are very different things. A generic product title like men's running shoe, lightweight, comfortable, tells an AI almost nothing about which shopper it's right for. But a new title like men's road running shoe with questionable midsole for knee support, suitable for beginner runners and daily 5 to 10 kilometer training, that's a product that an AI can match to a specific intent. It has a use case, a performance claim, a suitable support benefit, as well as a training context. The same principle applies across every category we study. In women's activewear, plus size activewear in particular is too broad, but content that explains stretch for movement, coverage for confidence, breathability of fabric for workouts, availability in sizes 14 to 24, that's the content an AI can work with. In luxury watches, a premium craftsmanship means nothing to an AI, but an automatic movement, 100-meter water resistance, sapphire crystal, a 72-hour power reserve, those are verifiable, matchable claims. The underlying principle is that AI reads your content as evidence. Every specific claim is something it can use to justify a recommendation. Every generic phrase, it is a gap in the evidence it needs. So strong AI content is essentially well-structured evidence that a product is the right answer to the specific shopper situation.
That's great. So, I guess with all that then that we discussed, how can Market 360 help brands understand where they're being included today, excluded, or misrepresented across traditional search, retailer AI, and conversational AI, and also act on it quickly enough to make a difference?
The challenge most brands face right now is fragmentation. They might have some visibility into their Amazon keyword rank, something on content score, and maybe a manual check on how Rufus is responding. But those are all disconnected signals. None of them tell you the full story of why you are being recommended or not recommended. What eClerx Market 360 does is bring those three layers together. We track traditional search visibility, retailer AI performance across platforms like Rufus, and general purpose AI environments like GPT and Gemini, in all in one place, across your categories, compared against your competitor. So a brand can see here's where we appear, here's where we are absent, here's where we are being described in a way that doesn't match our positioning. But the monitoring is only one half of it. The other part is that, which I think makes the real difference, is the action layer. Market 360 gives teams a diagnostic to understand what's driving the gap. Is it a content issue, an availability issue, a pricing signal, a review depth problem? And then connects that diagnosis to the execution. That means flagging what needs to change on which product, on which retailer, and how urgently. Because in an AI search, the window between a gap appearing and a competitor filling it in getting shorter, the brands that will have the advantage are the ones that can see the problem early and close it fast. That's what Market 360 is built to do.
Thanks, Saurabh. That's really useful to understand. For me, the big takeaway in all this is that AI search is making digital shelf execution even more demanding, right? Complete product pages and keyword visibility still matter, but brands now need to get product information that is specific, credible, and supported by signals like you mentioned, availability, pricing, reviews, video, brand content, all that stuff. So as Agentic Commerce continues to develop, recommendation readiness will become a bigger part of digital shelf performance. Brands that can connect product evidence, market signals, and timely action will be better positioned to show up when AI systems shape the shopper's next decision. If you want to find out more about this, you can read our full recent white paper by following the link in the video description below. Once again, I'd like to thank you, Saurabh, for taking the time to join us today with your expertise, and we'll see everyone at the next episode. Take care.
Thanks, Adam.